Bonjour, Kinamagian in Ireland Dishnikas, and welcome to this week's edition of our Week at a Glance videos featuring Week 10. I'll begin by apologizing for the lateness of this video. Um, it was a busier than I wanted it weekend, so my apologies to you. Uh, Normally, we like to get these out before Monday morning, preferably the end of the week, so we will attempt to have that set up for you in just a few days. Here is my contact information. Students can access this page using their @sagchipschool.net emails, or they can also use the Google Voice number. If you're going to send me a text message using Google Voice, please do include your name and the student name. It doesn't have a lot of numbers saved. And also be aware that certain content, if it's confidential kind of thing, I would ask you that you call the school versus using text messaging just for confidentiality. We do have the newsletter that we sent home ahead of parent-teacher conferences. We'll touch on that in just a moment. The breakfast and lunch menu also sent home at teacher conferences. If you didn't have a chance to attend teacher conferences, please do contact me at mireland@sagchip.org and we'll schedule a time. I can do makeups in person in some cases, but I can also do them via phone or Zoom. So just kind of let me know what's going to be best for you. Let's look at the newsletter from last week. Obviously, it started with a welcome to parent-teacher conferences. There's a lot of stuff under the schedule notes I want to make sure you're aware, and even more now since I've published. Today is picture day on Monday. There was a text sent out, so hopefully you received that. If not, let me know, and we'll try to get to the bottom of it, or call the front office might even be a better plan there. There's no school tomorrow on Tuesday the 5th for professional development. And then also next Monday for Gitchadal Gijagad, or as we say in English, Veterans Day. In addition, and it's not published here, there will be a field trip on Friday to Mount Pleasant Middle School. That'll happen during the day. We'll go visit their K-12 staff, kind of find out what's the school is about. We'll be going to Renaissance here in the next week plus, and then you can begin to have those conversations at home about where you'd like to send your child. If you've already got it determined, that's awesome. I'm glad you're ahead of the game, and we'll see what other information we can get you like to go into that. So I mentioned there's and there's also a field trip on Wednesday. We'll be gone for most of the day, most of the school day, that is. We'll be visiting the Michigan Capitol and the Michigan History Museum on Wednesday. Field trips were available at conferences. I will send them home again today with students who I don't have them. These ones do need to be returned. Homework is usually a Tuesday, Thursday thing. Obviously, no school Tuesday. I'm not going to send it home on Monday or Wednesday. So they get Tuesday off from that. Lucky them. But there will be homework on Thursday. Obviously, you're getting my emails if you're seeing this video. And then just briefly what we're studying, we're working on dividing by a 1-digit divisor. Next week, it'll be 2-digit divisors. No, the third week isn't 3-digit divisors before the kids panic. Same skill though. Language arts, we're still looking on character development. Using Words Their Way, that's a online way to work on spelling and letter sound combinations and the like. They can do that on any device. Writing A to Z is our base curriculum for writing, although we do go off the beaten path on that one quite often. In social studies, we're continuing to cover the civilizations of West Africa this week. And then we'll be starting into the era of colonization. We are looking in science at the water cycle and how this distribution of water happens on Earth between frozen and freshwater and saltwater. We have this week's vocabulary. You notice there's only 4 because we only have 4 school days. And we try, when possible, to kind of make them relevant to what we're doing. Looking at our week 10 learning plan, You can see that there's a lot of spaces in here, but that's okay. Particularly when they get to go to the Capitol, that's gonna highlight some history and government, and we'll be able to talk about some things that we'll cover later in the year. You can see that there's a math test on Friday. Our weekly science assessment. That's not a big test. Friday will be a busy day for them. Lots of quizzes, field trip, writing haikus. And you can see that we do some things in small groups and what we're doing there, although it's not always spelled out like for the small group day 1, 2, and 3, because that varies based on how long it takes. We'll be looking at comparing and rounding decimals in math review and enrichment as we prepare to quiz on that in the next week. Start earning those 3s for this quarter. Again, I apologize for the lateness of this video. This kind of week hopefully never happens again. But I hope everyone is set up for a great Monday and a great week. And if you have any questions, reach out to me at mireland@sagchip.org or at mirelands@sagchipschool.net. Hope you have a minogijigad, minwa, bamapi.